Hi guys, it's Carissa. I figured I would do a quick little life update for you. I have been wanting so badly to do like get ready with me videos or just some chatty vlogs like I used to, but the truth is most of the time when I have a moment to do that, I really want to just kind of zone out and not be actively doing anything. I'd prefer to have someone else's video playing in the background or like an Instagram stories feed. Or a podcast or something, and just, put a little bit of makeup on and then relax. I've got my baby monitor going, so I'm sorry if you're hearing that in the background. I have a tendency to keep it turned way up because she doesn't make a lot of noise when she wakes up, so the littlest sound will hopefully, I need it more visually than anything, I guess I'm saying. But the screen blacks out, and then if I don't hear her for a while, I have to check because sometimes she's wide awake and she's just sitting there silently. So, but Vera is great. She is just the greatest thing ever. She's just such a perfect child. And I know that that's no fun for people to hear. I don't know why, but I feel like mothers, especially like across the internet, they like to be in solidarity with each other, to be able to complain and commiserate, but the truth is I love motherhood so much and every aspect of it. Even the bad stuff just isn't bad to me, and I know that's because of our struggle. I know that there are things that do, they ruffle me a little here and there, but not for long and not much. And I know that if I had been blessed enough to experience motherhood when I wanted to, when I was younger in my 20s, I wouldn't have had the patience for some of the things I do now. So I would be feeling differently. But I've been trying to get out of the house and socialize and take her on play dates with other moms in the area. I'm part of like a mom's Facebook group, which I never would have even thought to seek out, but someone else that I know that I'm friends with who has a daughter 2 months younger than Vera, she was in this group and she invited me. And sometimes I credit her for all of the activities that we participate in because I'm bad at initiating plans. You guys know, I've talked about this before, I don't initiate calls or text messages or emails. I mean, people don't do that stuff anymore or whatever. I just don't. I think it maybe sends a standoffish vibe. Maybe it's a fear of rejection. I don't know why, but I'm like that. So she invites me to do things frequently. And I met a lot of the other mothers recently, and there are some that I just know think that I'm being, I don't know. I don't want to wear my story on my sleeve and have to be like, hey, I hope you don't think I'm weird or clingy or anything, but it took me a really long time to have her, so I'm not going to bitch about her. I'm just not. I mean, there are some things that I can complain about if I want to try and be relatable, but when it comes down to it, I don't know. There's another woman that I met recently. Her children it's not that they weren't wanted, but she had difficult circumstances with having her children. I'm pretty sure all three of them, but as far as I'm understanding, she never had to want for any of them. They just sort of surprised her and came into her life during challenging times. So she has a very different perception of her situation and her life, and I don't dislike her, but I don't relate to her, and I think that she thinks that I'm too much or like, being all sunshine and rainbows about things. And it's just because that's just how I see my life. I don't take it for granted 1 second. I am just in such a good place as far as that goes. Which you guys, those of you who've been here for a while, maybe never thought you'd hear me say that. So as far as other aspects of my life though, not so hot. I do want to talk to you about my weight and sort of how things are going. I should save this for a keto specific video, but all I want to say is carb creep is real, y'all. It's real. Anyone who has ever had a weight problem for their entire lives knows that you always sort of glamorize, you know, it's like grass is greener. Oh, once I get out of this semester, I'll lose weight real fast. Once I change jobs, I'll lose weight so quickly. Once I have a wedding to prepare for, I will drop those pounds. Once I have this baby, I will focus on me. And anyone who has had a baby will tell you that's not a thing. I mean, it is, and it can be, but it is so much more difficult. Just urinating is more difficult once you have a child. So how you think you'll have better focus and more drive and possibly more time to to focus on yourself it's beyond me, but I think every one of us do it. So hats off, ladies, to those of us who are optimistic about the future and the things that we will accomplish. But let me tell you, it is not easy. And I'm not even saying that from a like helicopter mom perspective where it's like, oh, I never want to put her down and this and that, or she doesn't like to sit in a stroller so we can't go for walks. Listen, it's just little things. Like, I'm not going to impose my diet and lifestyle on her. I am going to watch her sugar intake for sure. Does that mean I didn't buy her a sucker yesterday at the water park to try and calm her down because she was not having it? Yeah, I bought her a sucker. She had it for like 10 seconds. She barely, like those old Tootsie Pop commercials, how many licks does it take? It takes 3 licks and then for it to hit the ground and get covered in gravel to get thrown away. A $3 sucker at a water park. That's how many licks she had. But still, I don't want her to feel like those things are forbidden. I don't want her to have as disordered a relationship with food as I did. I do not want to project my own insecurities and problems onto her. And I think that this is a cycle that's been going through the ages. So just like every mom, just like my mother and her mother before her, we will all do our best, and it'll not quite be good enough, and we'll probably somehow, you know, spread a lot of bad stuff that we don't mean to. But I marvel at the things that I feel and think deeply that there are things that I am doing for her to better her life and to raise a good human. And then there are things that I think she magically doesn't hear or see, and then she proves me wrong. Like the week where she kept saying, oh shit, I'm almost positive that's what she was saying. So she hasn't said that, and mommy doesn't say that as much anymore either, but I'm just also trying to just be me and be human. I'm not trying to put her in a bubble. So what comes with that is a lot of carb creep, where say I make her something for dinner, she doesn't eat it, and I feel like I'm wasting food, so I take a bite, or maybe I took a bite beforehand to see if it tasted okay, if I needed to season it differently. Thank goodness that I have hens, because almost everything that she doesn't eat, I can just throw out the door to them, and it's hitting the ground, and I'm not going to go out there in the middle of the night in my nightgown and like pick it up and eat it. You know, not that I've thought of that, but I'm just saying. If I have leftovers and they're in the fridge, that's another story. So we have a tendency to make very small portions of things that we think are realistic for her, but everyone who has toddlers knows you can feed them something one day and it's the greatest food they've ever had, and 2 days later you give it to them again and they will not even put it in their mouths. Like, it's disgusting and they hate it and they don't trust you. So, you know, every now and then we'll have like a full portion of pasta, or she has yet to put like bread in her mouth, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a piece of toast. I mean, she has in the past, but this summer, like the past few months, every single time I've offered something like that to her, she doesn't want it. So, you know, just out of like a strange, weird desperation, I'll take a bite every now and then, like just to taste it again, you know, just to get like a little, you know, just a little taste, you guys. That's all I want. And I don't even enjoy it, and sometimes it gives me instant heartburn for like a couple of hours, and it's a constant reminder of what a stupid, weird thing I did to eat my child's rejected food. But I know that that's a problem for all moms, not just keto moms, not just, you know, people who do specialty diets, just anybody. Just eating what's left over, not wanting to waste the money. So we are trying to be more careful about that, but to some extent it can't be avoided. And what I need to do is stop treating myself like a garbage disposal or like a dumpster. And I don't do it that often, but here's the reason why it's a problem. If I eat one freaking buttered wagon wheel, it doesn't even taste good to me. It tastes like bland and floury and weird. Then I get heartburn for a couple of hours afterwards. And guess what it does? It spikes my blood sugar and my insulin levels are all over the place. And then I have cravings. And then I wake up in the morning the next day and I feel like I can't be on the straight and narrow because even just the chemistry of my body is working against me. So that's why I have to stop. And, there are a lot of times when I eat what I call politeness carbs, where I will eat something because I feel guilty turning it down because somebody's offering it to me, they made it just for me, etc., etc. Yes, I've been on this journey for 4 years and I still have a hard time expressing to my family that I don't like to eat that way. Part of it's me because I need to grow a pair, and part of it is just my family choosing to ignore that, I guess. I don't know. And I will sometimes plan days where I'm not eating, in an ideal fashion and I'm off plan or whatever you want to call it. Cheat days, even though I hate that term, for when I know I'm going to be around people who maybe don't feel comfortable with the way I eat for whatever their reason is. And I have to stop doing that. I have to stop compromising the way I feel about myself, my success, my everything for the comfort of others, to please others. So those are the things that I'm working on right now. I'm definitely stalled. In fact, I think I'm up about 3 to 5 pounds. I very rarely weigh myself anymore. Part of it's just because I forget to. And if it's after that, like if I have had a sip of water or coffee, I'm not going to go weigh myself because I know I weigh more than I would have if I weighed myself before then. And I don't want it to start, a negative wave and thought process. A few days ago when I did weigh myself, I was 4 pounds up. A couple days after that, I was a pound down from that. But then I thought, I don't really want to focus on that so much right now. I need to focus on my habits because it's not really about what the scale says right now. It's about the fact that I'm not anywhere near what I need to be doing. I'm not completely off the rails, but every 2 to 3 days, I have a slip up. And then I'm like, okay, no, come on, get back on track. So I may always feel that way. That may always be how things go until I really, really get on a strict routine. Because even when I'm struggling, I'm still trying. So I'm not upset about it. But I did get, if you guys follow my keto Instagram, you know that I did get tagged in a photo at the water park yesterday, which made me realize that sometimes when I take photos specifically just to chronicle my journey and see where my body is at, sometimes I look better than I thought I did, and it kind of keeps me from being realistic about what I need to achieve and how big I still am. And if I want to have another baby, I have to come on, reel it in, Carissa, because I don't feel comfortable being over my pre-pregnancy weight for my first pregnancy. In fact, I would like to be 30 to 50 pounds lighter than that. And I'm not going to achieve that if I keep having these little slip-ups. So otherwise, everything's great. I am about to, it makes me a little misty. I'm about to celebrate my 13th wedding anniversary. Oh my gosh, I love that man and everything he does for me and everything he puts up with, and the fact that he loves me and has for all these years. So I met him when I was 14 and I basically loved him ever since then. And it's so crazy to think that we've been married for that long. So, and I just think it's such a beautiful thing. So, we're coming into the fall, which I find kind of sad. I don't know why, but the fall makes me feel sad. Maybe it's all the death, the dead trees and it's about to be winter and the harvesting of things. I don't know. There's something about fall that makes me feel a little bit sad, but now especially because I have to start planning for my little girl's next birthday, and it's like, whoa. I mean, it all hits me so fast because it feels like it's, you know, Halloween and then it's Thanksgiving. You guys know how this calendar works, right? You know how the holidays line up. As Halloween comes first, and then Christmas, and then she's 2, and it's like, oh, Happy New Year, it's another year, and oh my gosh, now you're almost, you know, this many years older. I have to tell you, the last 2 years, like, I still think in my mind like I'm 34 years old, but I just turned 36 a couple of months ago. The last 2 years were just like gone. But gosh, aren't they beautiful? So that's where everything is right now. I have these moments where I have this like weird mom guilt, where I feel like I'm not decorating enough and I don't do fun stuff enough, and we're not posing for pictures constantly and looking like a mommy blogger on Instagram. And I haven't been making as many videos to post of her out there, but I feel torn. You know, I know there's some mothers who will never ever show their children's face on social media. But I feel like my story is such a big part of my life and my experience with you guys, and so I don't want to not, but I do feel like I have to be more careful and dial that back a little bit. And thank goodness for photo storage and online. I have everything stored in like 4 or 5 places because I'm so afraid that one service is going to disappear somehow, or I don't know how, like, I worry about an apocalypse, or I don't know what I'm thinking. So I have like every video and every photo stored in like 4 or 5, maybe possibly more accounts. And I'm constantly backing things up. So I have footage. It's just easier to watch it when it's on YouTube. And sometimes I feel guilty about not sharing things more with you guys, but I don't even film enough. The days just go by so fast. So that's it. And by the way, I also have a little thought on the whole mom guilt thing and the weight loss thing and the, you know, the things that you think you can and will achieve once you're a mother. And women who go back to school, or who are single moms, or who work full-time or even full and part-time jobs, I mean, you are all just heroes to me, because I don't have any of those obligations and I still feel overwhelmed sometimes. So one of the things before I was able to conceive, one of my biggest pet peeves was when a woman would take a picture of her outfit and post it as a mommy OOTD. I would say, why can't it just be an outfit of the day? Just because you're a mommy doesn't mean you have to say that when you're showing your clothes. And it used to really, like, it would dig away at some of the more sore and sensitive parts of my, like, inner being, because I was just so hurt all the time about my position. And now I realize it's because I am sometimes in my Walmart nightgown until 6 o'clock, and then I think, well, I might as well just stay in it, because that's just how it goes sometimes. So it is a big deal to have an outfit of the day, especially the ones that were like really put together, and felt the need to tag it, because it's like, you know what, go you, mommy, because most of those women had more than one kid too, and it's like, you go right ahead and brag about that outfit you pulled together all yourself, looking all great, because I know what that took. So, I don't know. I just wanted to stop in and say hello and check in with you guys and talk about some things. And I feel like none of it's really new information. None of it's really anything interesting, but I miss you guys and I just want to stay in touch. And some of you have heard the same stories from me over and over again for years, and you're still coming back for more. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. And that is it. I hope you guys are doing well and looking forward to the fall. I'll work on that. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, can you do me a favor and comment below what you think, or ask your child what they're going to be for Halloween this year? I'm just curious. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and pull together a Vanellope Von Schweetz something or other for my little Wreck-It Ralph fan. but feels like a lot of work because I just got done telling you guys that sometimes I don't get to pee or put clothes on all day long. So I don't know about that. And I don't know, but I just am curious because it's so darn cute to me. So make a comment below what you think your little one will be for Halloween. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.